So this you absolutely have to see. And I want to make sure I set this up for you so you understand the full scope of this. Months ago, we started seeing this partisan gap on COVID. And the COVID rates were higher in Trump counties. Hospitalizations were higher. Deaths have gone now almost 3 times higher in the heavy Trump counties, really bad places to be for COVID, and maybe in some other ways, compared to the big Biden counties. Huge, huge gap. And I don't know if you guys remember, but I jokingly said, how soon are they going to start saying, isn't it suspicious that you've got all these unvaccinated Trump supporters getting COVID? Isn't it suspicious that this is taking place? And of course, the reason would be simple. Well, the vaccine protects you. The vaccine protects you to some degree from infection, and it protects you to a greater degree from serious illness, hospitalization, and death. It was a joke. I joked that we would hear that. But you can't joke about it anymore because the joke has become a reality. Radical right-wing broadcaster Stu Peters has the flu or COVID. He's not saying, it seems he doesn't know. He's probably not even going to get tested. And he is actually saying, I have this because it was a targeted attack. They are targeting people with cold, flu, and COVID as a weapon to punish them for not getting vaccinated, apparently. Let's check out the clip. You'll notice at first, it's like almost too much for his guest, Deanna Lorraine, but then she quickly falls in line with the insanity and even adds her own craziness. You've got to see this.
I wouldn't be surprised if this so-called cold, the virus, the flu that I have right now was a targeted attack on me. Do you speculate that some of that might be going on as well?
A targeted attack?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Like the bioweapon being released on you, this sociopath, Tony Fauci, when he chimerically engineered this taxpayer-funded, lab-originated, intentionally released Wuhan, China virus. I mean, that could probably be used against people automatically. I mean, people, Republicans, conservatives, talk show host people being targeted with this virus, right? I mean, don't you think? So they can paint paint the picture about, oh, well, Stu Peters got the coronavirus. He did it to himself because he's not vaccinated.
Right. Exactly. No, 100%. I mean, we talked about last week with the World Economic Forum launching this bubble gun that you just point a gun basically and someone gets a vaccine. I'm sure that they have the power to, target somebody to get COVID. All of the very prominent Republicans and people who have been outspoken against vaccines, pastors, et cetera, suddenly they come down with a bad case of COVID and it makes the news. Anti-vaxxer, anti-masker pastor comes down with COVID. It's all too suspicious. And I absolutely think people are being targeted.
Well, they're going to have to try harder than this because this thing, whatever I have, is weak as hell.
You're stronger than it, that's for sure.
I got a little bit of a stuffy nose now and a little bit of a scratchy throat. Whoop-de-doo.
She's literally saying it. She's saying it's suspicious. These people, they speak out against vaccines. Before you know it, they have COVID. It must be that someone is infecting them on purpose. Folks, that's how it works. This is the absolute epitome of the unfalsifiable argument. If you don't get vaccinated and you get COVID, it's not because you were unvaccinated and totally unprotected. It's because they infected you as a punishment with a weaponized virus because you didn't get vaccinated. That is an argument that cannot be defeated with facts or reason because they didn't reason their way into it. Now, also, it's funny that, quite frankly, who the hell is Stu Peters? Is Stu Peters so important that anyone would even bother to infect him deliberately? Like, who cares that Stu Peters is against vaccines? Why would you even go and try to infect him? And that's another aspect of conspiratorial thinking that is very self-centered. It assumes a level of self-importance that goes beyond any common sense or reason. You simply aren't that important a player in this whole thing. And sometimes what pushes people, at this point, how much have we talked about conspiracism and conspiratorial thinking? A ton. And there's so many aspects to this. Gullibility and all these different things. Oftentimes, when you believe you are a player in the whole thing, the delusion is that you see yourself as so important as one of 7-8 billion people on this planet that clearly they would be targeting you or paying attention to what you're saying. It's really quite simple. He caught a virus against which he wasn't vaccinated. It might be COVID, and he seems to not have gotten the COVID vaccine. It might be flu. I'm guessing he also doesn't get the flu vaccine. That's it. He's at higher risk because he didn't get vaccinated and it got him. There is no big mystery here, but it always has to be more complicated, partially by putting himself at the center of this grand conspiracy. And they are so close to getting it. I mean, Deanna Lorraine, she actually says, all these unvaccinated people are getting sick. Well, apply Occam's razor. Maybe it's because the vaccine really does protect you. No, she has to stop short of that and instead go with the more complicated explanation. The unvaccinated people are being targeted by those who have weaponized the virus as a punishment for not falling in line with vaccination. And as I don't remember who it was now. Is it Peter Boghossian? I don't remember who came up with this. You're not going to reason your way out of a belief you didn't reason your way into. And we're not going to reason people out of beliefs that they didn't reason their way into. And that's exactly what is happening with Stu Peters right here.